Chapter 18. Ick. Myrtle tried to pull out the fuzzies, but they couldn't be pulled out. Boom tried too, grabbing a tuft from under Myrtle's ear, but he only managed to make Myrtle shriek louder. She cried and cried, running around the room like a lunatic as she grabbed at her fuzz-covered skin. The baby flicked her tail a few times, then turned up the volume on the remote control. Apparently, a talk show about weight loss was more interesting than Myrtle's plight. Boom was beginning to really dislike the creature. "Myrtle, is this one of your wishes?" Boom asked. "Huh? Did you wish to actually be sick?" She pulled at some wrist fuzz. "Do you think I'm crazy? Why in the world would I wish to actually be sick?" She grabbed the magnifying glass and examined her arm. "It's growing right out of my skin. It's so itchy." "You look like my goldfish," Winger said. Winger didn't usually say things that made no sense. Boom assumed that, in light of the shocking situation, Winger was simply having a brain fart. "That's so mean," Myrtle cried, her face turning red. "That's just a horrible thing to say." But Boom strongly disagreed. Telling Myrtle she looked like a goldfish, though it made little sense, was actually a compliment at the moment. What she really looked like was a giant dandelion seed ball. I didn't mean it like that," Winger stammered, as Myrtle started to cry again. "I said you look like my goldfish because my goldfish has ick. It's a goldfish disease. He's all covered with white fuzz too, just like you. It's some kind of fungus." "Fungus?" Myrtle's eyes widened and she pulled at her hair again. I'm covered in fungus?" She had faked fungus before, but it had infected only her nostrils. This was the real thing. Boom realized, with that sinking feeling that comes when the truth punches you in the gut. Myrtle was sick, disgustingly sick. How could I have gotten ick? The baby started to smash the remote control against the bed frame. "You caught it from that," Boom said, pointing at the merbaby. "It's some kind of mermaid disease." That totally made sense. Myrtle had been the one carrying the baby around. The creature had slept in her bed. No one else had fuzz. "There's medicine for ick," Winger said. "I gave some to my goldfish, but I used it all up." Myrtle grabbed Winger's shoulders, panic breaking her voice. "You've got to get me some of that medicine. I can't let people see me like this." "What people?" Myrtle never left the house. It wasn't like she had guests dropping in unexpectedly. It wasn't like she gave parties or anything. Myrtle, there's something I forgot to tell you," Boom said. "Daisy Mump has invited you to give a party here tomorrow for her Weirdo Doll Club." "What?" Myrtle now looked like a crazed dandelion seed ball. "Here? Tomorrow? Sunday? She thinks you've got some kind of mermaid doll and she wants it." Myrtle gasped. "She thinks I've got the Molly Mermaid Faraway Girl doll? Yeah, that sounds right." Myrtle scratched her scalp. The baby began to chew on one of Myrtle's stuffed animals. "She really invited me? She invited me to join her club?" Myrtle acted as though it were some kind of an honor to be invited to Daisy Mump's party. It sounded more like torture to Boom. Everyone at school used to talk about Daisy's parties. She'd have party planning meetings by the water fountain, and then she'd pass out her invitations at recess, but I never got one. Myrtle paused to scratch her wrist. "So neither did a lot of other girls," Winger pointed out. "But the girls in Daisy's gang would always talk about how much fun the parties were, and they'd never say why. They'd say it was a secret. One time they all had matching flower leis, and another time they had matching purses, but they'd never tell the rest of us what happened at the parties." "Why would you care?" Boom asked. "You don't even like those girls." "I guess I'm just curious. It's like a secret club, and I just want to know what goes on." Now that was something Boom could understand. Just like when Halvor talked about the sons of the Vikings but wouldn't reveal the secret handshake or the secret ceremonies. Boom would love to go into that big hall just once and see what the fuss was all about. "I thought I'd never get invited. What will I wear?" Myrtle started rummaging through her closet. "I don't have any party dresses." "I like that dress you wore at Christmas," Winger said, turning as red as cherry cough syrup. "Oh, good idea." She rummaged around until she found the dress. "Maybe Daisy and her friends will like me, and then they'll stop yelling 'Myrtle, Myrtle hides like a turtle' whenever they walk down the street." But she was forgetting something. "Earth to Myrtle," Boom said. "You can't have a party here." "Why not?" Boom pointed to the obvious reason why not. It was spitting out shredded bits of stuffed panda. "Don't tell me what I can't do," Myrtle snapped. "I've never been invited to a faraway girl party before. Never." She started rummaging again. Winger shrugged his shoulders. "Faraway girl doll parties are very trendy," he told Boom. "But what about the fungus?" Boom asked, trying again to reason with his most unreasonable sister. "I'll hide it." Why not ask the baby to get rid of the fungus? Winger suggested. Of course, Winger was brilliant. Go on, give it a try, Boom said, pushing Myrtle toward the baby. He sat down beside Winger to watch as Myrtle gently pried the mutilated panda from the merbaby's hand. Then Myrtle turned off the television and knelt down beside the bed. As the television light faded, the room grew dark. Baby, Myrtle whispered. Both Boom and Winger leaned forward. Baby, I wish I didn't have this fungus. I wish it would go away. The merbaby yawned and leapt back into the cradle. Myrtle ran and flicked on the light and stood in front of the mirror. She was still covered in white fuzz. She hurried over to the cradle. Baby, she said again, please make the ick go away. The merbaby rolled over on her side and closed her eyes. Myrtle held out fuzz-covered hands and began to whimper. Come on, baby, Boom said angrily. She needs your help. Maybe it takes time, Winger suggested hopefully. Maybe the fuzz will be gone by morning. He looked out the window. I'd better get home or I'll be late for dinner. In the hallway, Winger hesitated on the top step. A sand crab made its way across the railing. Boom, Winger said. If the ick is still there in the morning, you have to get to that pet store right when it opens. You have to get the medicine first thing. Okay, but the doll party isn't until 1 o'clock. I've got some time. No, you don't understand. Winger got real close. Miss Kibble told me that if I didn't give my goldfish his medicine, he would die. Ick is fatal. End of chapter 18.